Three, two, one. So yes, it's Uwe Ball, and this is the last update we have. Only 4 days to do with the Rampage campaign, and that was my third campaign. Now, after Postal 2 failed and the Indiegogo for Rampage 3 failed, and now Kickstarter failed too. So basically, my message is fuck yourself, because that is so fucking absurd. What amateur idiots collecting money on that absurd website, we get approached by people like Kickstarter to do it, and you have hundreds of people contacting you to make a fast dime. To say I can push your campaign and I get 10% of whatever you collect, and it's all fucking bullshit. I'll never do it in my life again. For me, crowdfunding is absolutely dead. Goodbye, and it looks like nobody gives a shit about Rampage 3, so maybe I shouldn't do it. Then I have enough money to play golf until I'm dead. And I was willing to do all of this as the campaigns for to make away any money I want to do Rampage 3, because it is an important movie, but it looks like you're easier giving $600,000 if you make a movie about some visits in the forest or for another whatever Marvel or Avengers bullshit. Dirt. So goodbye and good for Hollywood. Hello, this is Nefarious Reels. I'm auteur German filmmaker of video game movies, Uwe Boll.
And I have no idea what the fuck that. Well, I mean, I knew what it was about, but what the fuck? I'm Ninja Jedi. That was quite a choice opening. Did you have to dig deep to find that one?
I had to find the video, and then I had to put closed captions on, so while writing down every word, because there was no one's gonna remember that from heart, especially with the German accent. So, and I was
Wow.
like, it's Uwe Boll trilogy, so fuck it.
I mean, yeah, I guess we're Nefarious Reels, and we
Yeah.
talk about bad movies. And
And we
you,
did a trilogy
yep,
this time
you did a
around.
trilogy because you wanted to have the funny haha sex number.
Yeah. Hee hee.
But at what
Well,
cost, Cole? At what cost?
at what cost? Uwe Boll.
Uwe Uwe Bowl.
Uwe Boll.
But you might as well, this is your trilogy, Cole. So how about you can start us off.
Oh, yeah. So, let's kick it off now with the trilogy that is BloodRayne, which is, as anyone who probably knows Uwe Boll, he is quite the video game
A
movie
tour.
director auteur. And this is another video game series that he decided to make movies off of, called BloodRayne.
BloodRayne.
And the movie stars the one of two Rains in this trilogy, Kristana Loken, and the whole premise takes place on Letterboxd. It says in 18th century Romania, and she was like part of this circus number, I guess, where
This
it was like,
traveling troupe,
yeah,
like the
it's
one
kind of
in
like,
Pinocchio.
yes, just like the one in Pinocchio, but there's
Pinocchio with
no
True Tale.
humanoid foxes and cats that are trying to, steal money from the people that are at the circus.
I mean, there could have
No, they
been.
just,
They just didn't cover that part.
yeah, that's true. But like what's on the scene is her thing is that she can, is a vampire and sucks blood to regain strength. And then she is picked up by these three people.
From the BloodRayne Society.
Yeah, I guess from the BloodRayne Society. You said the word society.
Yep. I'm sorry. What I meant was the BloodRayne Wicked World.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but she gets picked up by these people, and that she wants to get them to join her cause to attack and kill this Kagan guy who's Sir Ben Kingsley, one of the few shocking just celebrities you see in Uwe
Yep.
Boll movies. Like, wait, he's in
Ben
this?
Kingsley, famously known for starring in the movie Jules, starring Jules, who's been on a guest here before.
Oh, nice. But yeah, they're fighting Ben Kingsley, but conflict ensues, and that's like it.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
All right, now to the second movie.
No, no, no. We
No,
can talk about the first a
right.
little more.
Well, I like the first one. It's I think it's the most actiony of the three.
Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely got the most. I will be honest. Like most of these have a. I think they would have the most amount of action, the least amount of boringness. But yeah, this has like the most action sequences you would see in these. There's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. You get like 5 minutes of whatever filler or dead time, and then it's like, oh, back to fighting. Okay,
Yeah, well,
and
those
it
are
was
the
like,
times where you have to stop to like do the plot.
yeah, and because you're like, oh shit, we got to do the plot right.
Oh
We
shit,
just can't
we
have
need plot in our
fights.
movie.
Yeah, we can't have just fights all around. No, we actually need to have plot. And yeah, so obviously the movie, before we get into the movie, it starts off with like all this medieval art decor in the opening title card sequence.
You really set
To
the
let,
mood to let us
yeah,
know that we're in.
they gotta let you know that we're in 18th century Romania.
We would not have known if they didn't show us. It would be like, oh, this must be taking in modern times, where this is very unrealistic. There are no smartphones. Hmm.
This was 2005. They'd be having like the flip phones.
Yep. Get there like, fuck. I couldn't think of a joke in time.
Damn it.
I was gonna say Walkman, but I'm pretty sure that's too retro at that point. You know what they like?
Yeah, I don't.
1800s Romania with their Walkmans.
Or like just like you see a random Starbucks cup somewhere, like in Game of
Yeah, like
Thrones.
like in the Game of Thrones. Yeah, because that's what they had back then, back in medieval
Mm-hmm.
times.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why everyone was so upset about it when they did it in Game of Thrones. Like, have you not read a history book?
yeah. Get your facts straight, people.
Yep.
But yeah, to the movie.
Yeah, the movie that we watched.
Yeah, so one of three. So let's go. The movie basically starts off in this village. I think, well, yeah, it was like in some village where, the circus is there. Sadly, there's no Pinocchio and Tybalt there,
They're in
to
the
do their
extended cut.
routine. Oh,
The
okay.
Uwe Boll extended cut.
But Uwe Boll didn't want Pauly Shore as Pinocchio because he thought it was a little too gay. And he's like, I don't like gay in my movies. So, no. But yeah. Then I get our main protagonist, I guess. Yeah, Ray comes out and
She's
they're like
basically
doing,
they
she's
treated.
like getting scarred by water, scalded by water, I should say.
Well, yeah, that's how her character. That's like her like weakness. Like I played the first
Mm-hmm.
BloodRayne game, which has like nothing to do with like the first movie at all, or rather, the first
Of
movie
course.
has nothing to do with the original game. But it does seem like water is like one of her weaknesses in that. So that's fitting.
Mm-hmm.
They basically she's just the freak. She's like, look at her. Her hands dissolves in water, and
Ew,
and
what
then
a freak.
and when she drinks blood, she heals. Disgusting.
It's what is she? Some kind of blood rain?
A Lamau.
Eh.
Yeah, but luckily for there is one person like the swordswoman that's like her lesbian lover or something along those lines. That's the vibes they got. That like tries to help her. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm
Yep.
planning an escape." But then BloodRayne just escapes on her own, and then also
Yeah, and then
turns
she's like, "Fuck
the
you!
sword
I'm
later into a
gonna."
vampire. That's such a
Yeah, I'm
funny
just.
scene because she runs up to she's like, BloodRayne, here, take these blankets and you gotta get out of here. And then she just fucking noms her. She's like, no.
Nah,
I'm gonna nom your neck, yeah, and you're a vampire now,
I'm gonna suck you dry.
but not sexually, because that would be weird.
That would be weird. And we never talk about anything sexual on here.
Never. This is
Never.
strictly a family channel.
Yeah. Subtract all of the fucks I've said. Fuck. But this is a very family channel here.
I'll just edit them all out, easy. Yeah, but she turns her into a vampire, and then she gets killed like in the very next scene by the three vampire
Fire
people.
hunter people.
Hunter S.
I
We
guess.
also have to mention the Michelle Rodriguez, who
Yes.
I think like is probably most well known for like being in all those Fast and Furious movies, and I
The
also know
family
her. She was in
movies.
Resident Evil, which was like well, like a couple years from now. Oh no, like a couple years before she did
Resident
Resident Evil, the first one, the
Yeah,
first Resident Evil
Resident
movie,
the first Resident Evil was like
2002.
2002-ish.
I just checked
Mm. And the Fast and the Furious was the year before. The first movie where Dom Toretto mentions the word family.
because that's what it's about.
That's what it's
Family.
all about. Exactly.
But yeah, it was cool to see her. It's like, hey, I know you. You're from Resident Evil and Fast and Furious, and probably an actual good movie somewhere in there that lineup.
She was in Avatar.
Yeah, she was the helicopter pilot, but I don't like Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar's a 6 out of 10 movie, though. People be like, no, you didn't truly experience Avatar. You have to watch it in theater in the biggest screen possible in HD, 4K, 8K, 1270, 80p, 94 frames a second, and then you actually saw the movie as meant to be seen. And then I'd be like, well, maybe ever just
No.
thought that he's just not making a good, it's not that good, and you're overrating it. Like, there's
No.
more to a movie than just like the visuals. But enough about James Cameron. We should talk about Avatar on here. All Avatar movies are bad, and we need to talk about all of them, including all the future ones. Just knock them all out.
What? Okay. I guess. I
Okay.
mean, they're not that bad.
No, they're the worst. They're worse than anything we've ever talked about on Nefarious Reels. They're worse than 365 Days trilogy.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
the absolute awful.
Mm.
But enough about how Avatar is a bad movie and franchise, and James Cameron's a hack fraud. We gotta talk about a real movie, BloodRayne.
Yeah, Uwe Boll's vampire movie.
Yeah, but BloodRayne goes to this castle to obtain the eye of like Saruman or whatever.
No, no, yeah, it's someone's eye, but it's not the eye of. It might have been the eye of Sauron. It was something's eye.
It was somebody's eye, and that allows her to like stand in like water and like tell if you're a vampire or
She
something.
basically turns into Jesus then, because she can walk on water.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I find that scene funny because when she enters like the main like area, there's like a fucking like Dark Souls enemy. They're just sleeping in a chair. Like when she walked in, I was like, oh shit, I can already picture this in Dark Souls. Like you go out to it and then it just fucking it has a fucking like mace weapon to like swing around and smash and shit. But she kills it because she's like a badass.
Because, of course, she is our main protagonist
She's
and
the
is
titular
totally
BloodRayne
invincible.
character.
She is the BloodRayne.
Yep, she kills it, takes his cross, puts it in the wall, and reveals the trap room, which is like the funniest fucking thing.
Oh,
It's just a bunch of
yeah.
buzzsaws and a bunch of spears shot out, and then they stop for like a minute.
Yeah, it's based on like how she steps. Like it'll sometimes be like you step forward, oh everything comes out. You step back, oh it's gone, and then it repeats that, and then you're just going, how is she gonna get out of there, or how is she gonna, you know?
And then she just walks right through it because she's like,
Yep,
well, this is all CG, so it
because
won't hurt
she's
me.
so cool.
She's such a badass.
She's a blood
She's
rain.
a real girl boss, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, she goes in and she gets the eye, and then she, I don't know, puts it in her eye. And then a random
So,
priest guy's like, hey, yo, yeah, you should just come with us. Like, yo, bitch, you could have just asked. You didn't have to kill, like, Jim over there.
yeah,
You didn't have to smash his face in.
Yeah, there was a much easier way. You could have come with us, but nope. You had to make it harder then.
You had to complicate things. Now we have to find a new guy that looks like Jim. Jim was just
Yeah,
doing
and
his job. He's just part of the tour to scare the tourists, and you just killed him.
great job,
He
lady.
was literally 1 hour away from retirement, and you just killed him.
Great, and now we gotta find a new attraction here.
Do you think
All
this
because of your
castle just
ignorance.
like stays standing just on its own? No, we live off of donations of the tourists, and Jim was the main attraction, and now you've doomed us.
Yep, we don't have another person.
But luckily for them, they wouldn't have to worry about it because all those vampires by Ben Kingsley, yeah, he sends them over to steal the eye, and they just murder everyone.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. And honestly, at some points too, I mean, I know it's like its own video game thing, but this movie does basically turn into just Blade because when she like explains her backstory too,
She's
she's
like,
half
my
human, half
mom
vampire.
was raped by Ben
Got
Kingsley,
raped.
like over and over again, and now I want to kill him. Only in this movie, spoilers for Blade, her mom didn't turn out to also be a vampire and was now like evil.
Yeah, sad
I still need to
that we saw
watch
such an innocent character be the bad guy.
Blade Trinity. I haven't seen that one.
It's
I've only seen Blade and Blade 2, so
dumb, but it's like funny dumb,
we'll see. I'll be the judge of that.
is what I'll say. Like the villain is just so oh god, I'm trying to even remember. But like the villain's just so kind of corny. I mean, honestly, every antagonist in the Blade movies are kind of just cheesy and corny, but this guy was like super hulking and demeaning, and then he walks into some like gothic vampire store hot topic looking thing at one point, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" He doesn't say it, but he's like, "Yeah, like what the fuck is all of this?" And
This
they're like,
isn't
"Hey, dude, what's
based
up?"
and red pilled.
It's lame.
This is some libtard bullshit here. But BloodRayne, we keep getting
Yeah.
sidetracked off BloodRayne, even though this is spoilers. This is like my favorite one out of the three, mainly because the sets are great. Like they actually went to a
Oh,
castle.
the production is actually
Like
pretty. It's actually really good.
it definitely feels better than like Far Cry, where it just feels like there's an abandoned factory here, so we'll shoot here, I guess. Like this actually feels like, and they got those like sweeping shots. Like this is pre-drone era, so they probably actually had to rent a helicopter and got those nice shots of them riding horseback on the mountains and stuff. Lord of the Rings, eat your heart out, because BloodRayne's got you beat.
Peter Jackson, you gotta step up your game, man.
And he didn't, because then he made the Hobbit trilogy and bombed,
Damn it.
proving without saying that Uwe Boll is the superior director. But after the fight of the castle, I think that's when BloodRayne gets captured by the three other vampire hunters, and then Vladimir.
Vladimir, yes.
Yeah, he's just like, we're gonna take you back to BloodRayne and have you join our society and become like a cool fighter. Because we also hate Ben Kingsley. We really think his performance in Sexy Beast is overrated.
Okay, no, you're going a little too far.
Hey,
And then she was
love,
like, "No, you're taking this a little too far, okay?"
I mean,
Because Ben Kingsley was good in that.
hey, look, man, I didn't say that. That's what they said in the movie, not me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what come on, I gotta have to look up.
Vladimir,
No,
Michael Madsen.
no, I'm looking up for a bit. Oh, yeah, this came out before BloodRayne, so my joke does work. Sexy
Yeah.
Beast came out in 2000, but they bring her back to BloodRayne, and then Michelle Rodriguez is just like, "Why do we have her here? She can like betray us all. I don't trust her. She's a vampire. This is like the thing that we don't do." And BloodRayne naturally gets attached to everyone. So naturally, when she leaves with Vladimir and love interest, naturally, BloodRayne society gets attacked by Ben Kingsley army of vampires.
Of course, because we need to find the one and
heart.
only BloodRayne.
No, it's like that, and they have to get the heart, or do they already have the heart? Was the heart there? No, the heart's there, but it's in like a cavern. Like the heart's at the BloodRayne society, but it's like hidden at the cavern. They're like guarding it.
Yeah, it's in some secured spot, but they're like, "No, we want it now." Because I thought this was America. And then they're like, "No, it's Romania."
Well, we're gonna make it America. And then that's how BloodRayne 2 happened. They turned Romania into America, and then the plot of BloodRayne 2, Deliverance, kicks off.
Everything went to normal, and everything turned out well.
Exactly. But let's see, BloodRayne. Let's see. Well, a guy escapes BloodRayne Island and is just like, "Yo, Vladimir and others, we were attacked, and now I am dead." And then he died. And BloodRayne's like, "Well, guess I gotta go kick some more ass."
Yeah, guess I gotta go and fight Ben Kingsley now.
Well, no, not yet. She goes back to BloodRayne Island, goes in the caverns where Michelle Rodriguez is just like, "Yo, we need to leave them to die so we can get the heart and actually do things." Because Vladimir sucks, and his plan is stupid. And BloodRayne's like, "No, it's not, and now I'm gonna get my revenge on you for saying Ben Kingsley was overrated in Sexy Beast." And then she fucking killed her.
In the most epic anime plot twist betrayal you've ever seen.
But
Something I was not expecting.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, think about it. Hasn't Michelle Rodriguez become evil in, like, a lot of movies? Like, I'm pretty sure that happened in one of the Resident Evil movies. She becomes, like, evil or something.
I don't know. I haven't seen the Resident Evil movies, so I couldn't say anything.
I've seen the first two, back in the golden age of YouTube, where you can just put up entire movies as long as you split it up into, like, 11 parts.
Those days.
I don't know. I just remember a trailer for one, like, the later Resident Evils. They, like, bring her back, and it's, like, supposed to be, like, this big deal, because she was in the first one. Where spoiler alert, she dies in the first one.
Damn it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about Resident Evil one day. It's directed by Paul W. Anderson.
Oh, Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yep, he's only made good movies.
The best Paul Anderson.
He's made actually like a good most of the fucking Resident Evil movies actually.
Yeah, I think he made most of those. He made the first Mortal Kombat. Monster Hunter.
Pretty sure Resident Evil, does that have a 4K? Oh yeah, it does. As long as I shell out like $100 for it, apparently.
BloodRayne.
BloodRayne. But
yeah. So then after, Michelle Rodriguez dies,
Rain comes up with the strategy. She's gonna bring the heart to Ben Kingsley.
And then they just invade loud and proud, no stealth. They're like, no, screw the quietness. We're just gonna go
I don't care about
out.
Getting a stealth bonus. I just want to go out and go shoot crazy.
I want to go out in style.
And then they get captured.
Yep.
And also, Vladimir and love interest also get captured. But as BloodRayne is brought up to be sacrificed, they escape. And then the final epic battle happens, where literally all of Ben Kingsley's men get killed, because it's literally the three main characters that they're fighting against. Ben Kingsley did not prepare for the plot armor that they were wearing.
I know, it's like he forgot about the third act cliches where he should have known to not try and capture them, because anytime your plot armored protagonists are captured, they'll find a way to get out, and then they kill all of your cronies and minions.
But
and then you're like, how did this happen? I built up the best army ever, and then failure.
To be fair, they did a really good job of stripping the plot armor off of Vladimir and love interest, because they both did end up dying. But he couldn't do it for Rain, though. And he was like, "You can't kill me, Rain. I had an amazing performance in Sexy Beast." And he's like, "That doesn't forgive the things you did to my mother." And then she fucking kills him.
Stabs him.
With the help of love interest, because he didn't die immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't die right away till, after. And then, later, and then a couple minutes later, she sits on the throne like, this is my chair now. And then you almost get a replay of what just happened in the movie, kind of, but like slowed down and with epic music. And then she drinks milk. She drinks something. It's like the got milk mustache also.
Girl
that was
boss.
Like the first thing I thought of. Especially, yeah. She was a got milk girl boss.
Yeah, and while Rain is the only member left of the BloodRayne Society, she will be able to hopefully repair it and slay all evil vampires and do more cool stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention the funny scene where her fucking sword breaks and everyone just like stops and doesn't say anything for like 5 seconds. Like that's like the main like overall like plot, but we should cover a lot of the like other details. about why this film actually is the greatest movie ever made, and Uwe Boll is like a misunderstood genius.
Oh, exactly, because we know he's great, but
Yeah,
we also want to say this so he doesn't like beat the shit out of
he
us because
can't.
he is
He's
very big.
and he's a master boxer. He can throw a punch like goddamn. But like I said, there's a lot of goofier stuff we've talked about. I like the action, and I think it's practical. I don't think it's CG blood. I think there's just like a fucking like tube that just bursts out whenever like vampires get like slashed and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So that's neat. Gotta love the practical effects. Even if all the action is mainly just a bunch of cuts. But hey, real blood, guys, let's go. Actually, it's not just Uebo. Actually, just has BloodRayne just fucking kill everyone. They're really
Oh,
dead.
that would have been interesting.
That's realistic. Anything else you liked about BloodRayne?
Um, I don't know. BloodRayne was kind of
You
interesting.
think BloodRayne was hot, right?
Did you?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna spill my secrets.
I thought that was the whole point of you asking me, because then we'll just share our secrets out
Yeah,
loud.
but you should. Yeah, but I asked you first, and now you're trying to put me in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Yeah, I guess then we'll never know then. And
No, we won't.
I don't know. It's just a fun, dumb action movie. Like I thoroughly enjoyed myself, even if I didn't have much to say about it.
It's one of the better Uwe Boll movies.
Like definitely better than Far Cry.
But George, I want to see the whale.
But George, I want to see the BloodRayne. And then BloodRayne kills her. She's like, that was a
She's like,
vampire.
shut up.
Yeah, Far Cry would never have done that. Innocent people die in BloodRayne. Far Cry that doesn't happen. So but I don't know if yeah, dumb fun action movie. I liked it. The only bad parts was when a plot had to happen, and we had to sit down and hear people talk about, oh, Ben Kingsley is evil, and you have to trust me. We need Rain with us, and sad backstory. Oh, and there's that classic scene where she's just like, love interest is just like, you're not the only person with a sad backstory. And then Rain's like, oh, my backstory is way more sad than yours. And then love interest just goes, my parents were killed. And then she's like, oh man, you do have a sad backstory.
Damn, I was being a jerk.
It turns
You
out
know,
I was the asshole the whole time.
it turns out you're actually supposed to be the main protagonist this whole
You're the
time.
BloodRayne.
Yeah, he's the BloodRayne, actually. Damn it.
But then they pussied
I
out and killed him off and then gave it to the woman. Oh,
Unbelievable.
just awful.
Very sad.
Very, very not cool. Very not epic.
Very not cool, directed by Shane Dawson.
Exactly. But that's all we got to say about the first movie. We might as
Yep.
well move on to the next one.
Yes. So the second one is called BloodRayne 2 Deliverance, not in relation to the 1970s movie Deliverance.
Not for the unrelated film BloodRayne 2 Deliverance that just happens to share the same name.
But yes, this is the 2007 critically acclaimed sequel, from again, Master Auteur Uwe Boll. And BloodRayne changes actresses this time around, who then eventually becomes also for the third. It's the same BloodRayne also for the third one. Natasha Malti, however you say it. But this time we're in the 1880s in the Wild Wild West.
Starring Will Smith.
Yep, starring Will Smith, the movie he turned down for The Matrix. And turned out very well for him.
Yeah, Will Smith has not done anything wrong since then.
Nope, that was his only mistake in his career.
Definitely did not assault a guy on live television and won an award like 5 minutes later.
Nope, not at all. That must be some alternate universe.
Yep. Luckily, we live in the right timeline.
We do. Where Will Smith is winning all the awards and he's the biggest best friend of Chris Rock.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we're yeah, with Billy the Kid, who's a vampire, and Billy the Kid is played by the bully from A Christmas Story. Yeah, I should say the big bully kid, not the like other one who's sounded like an Italian greaser at times. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
they're
honest with you here. I haven't seen Christmas Story.
wow.
I'm a fake movie fan. A fake Christmas movie fan.
If I didn't want to get off my bed right now, I would flip my bed in anger because of how fake you are.
I'm so sorry. Well, actually, I'm not that sorry.
But yeah, basically they're just, gonna fight some vampire cowboys in the wild, wild west, and that's really Deliverance
Yeah,
of BloodRayne.
I would say this was the film I was most disappointed in until, we
Same.
got to the third one. But we'll save that for when we talk about it. Because the premise of, okay, BloodRayne, but cowboys, is kind of a more unique idea. Like, there are probably other
Mm-hmm.
films about, like, Wild West vampires, but, they don't necessarily cross paths. Like, usually it's like, oh, cowboys versus, like, aliens and
Cowboys and Indians,
or like
cowboys and
undead things because like, oh, it's like
zombies. Yeah.
voodoo ritual stuff, but not vampires. Though that opening's
And it
pretty,
sounds interesting.
yeah, but unfortunately it doesn't really like live up to it. I do think the opening is funny. You just get this fat like newspaper nerd guy. He's like, "Oh boy, the Wild West! I can't wait to go yeehaw and ride 'em, cowboy." And then he just shows up to this one small town. It's like apparently the most boring town in the fucking West. It's like when like anime weebs go to Japan for the first time and then learn that Japan isn't just a massive anime land.
Yeah, it's not a massive anime or just like you see tentacles everywhere.
Yep.
There's not a lot of like big breasted waifus around.
What? They're just normal people? No,
No.
no. That's basically what the nerd guy in this movie's like. He's just like, oh, it's so boring. Where's all the gunfights? Where's all the crimes and murders?
But remember, I'm also a Chicago reporter in the Wild West because the people of Chicago need to know what's going on
They
in the
need
Wild,
to know
Wild
how
West.
awful it is out here, and you're not giving it to me.
Yeah, I gotta make Chicago sound so much more or less violent. So please, Billy the Kid, start shooting more people, please.
I'm a newsman. I need horrible news to report. How I can't write stories about how your town's gonna thrive because the railroad's coming in. I need to hear how the horrible atrocities that are happening.
Yeah, I don't need to know about the gold rush you just found.
No, the coal. That was coal.
Okay.
How did you not know? It's literally your name. They found a bunch of you in the mountains. But then, of course, Billy the Kid shows up. Well, first he murders like a family and steals their children.
Yeah,
and then he shows up in
likes because kind of like Cool Cat, he loves all kids.
All kids. Oh boy.
And I love all kids.
Yeah, and then he shows up and he's just like, "Yo, I like the mayor comes out. He's like, you can't come here and stop messing things up." And then Billy Kid just looks at him and he goes, "Oh, what I meant to say is, live in my house forever."
Yeah, live in my house, and I will not do anything bad to you. Wink, wink.
Oh yeah, and there's the funny scene where they show up at the window and the kids are just like, "We saw something in the window," and there's like, "What are you talking about?" And then the random guy just drops down from behind. Like all the good stuff, it's like slotted like at like the beginning and then like at the end, but then you got all this like filler in the middle. Like BloodRayne is ironically like the most least interesting aspect of this movie.
Yeah, it's more of just Billy the Kid, because I guess that was a famous.
That's like a famous cowboy
name in the Old West too.
I guess it is interesting that they have Billy the Kid be like the villain, because I feel like usually with these cowboy movies, like Billy the Kid would kind of be like the hero or like the cool, tough, grizzled outlaw cowboy.
But no, he's a bad guy and a vampire
that sucks the blood of children.
Yes, he sucks kids' blood.
BloodRayne's a bit of a jerk. She like kind of just shows up, and then like this one guy's just like, "I'm looking for Billy the Kid. Let's team up." He's like, "No, fuck you. Also, your fly's down." And clearly, he has his flies down, so that way he has an easier time getting his dick out to pee. Obviously, it's for convenience, but you wouldn't get that, BloodRayne.
I think he just wanted the dick sucked out of his blood, the blood sucked out of his penis,
He, he
and then he'll be like, yeah, it's bite marks, but
he's had a boner for over
I got a
48 hours, and
vampire.
he needs to like it's like too much. He needs to get rid of it.
Yeah, but the doctor doesn't have any answers, and then he's like, fuck, what do I do
The
now?
doctor just, well, the only way we can cure this if you can get a vampire to suck your dick. That's the only way. That's the only cure for it.
It's the only thing you can do, sadly.
It's either that or we
But
cut off
where
your
are you gonna
dick.
find a vampire?
And he just so happened to find BloodRayne, but BloodRayne shows up to the town. No, the reason why she goes to Deliverance is because she went to the house where that one family was murdered at the start, where Billy the Kid came and stole the kids, and she's like, "Where is this family that I'm attached to now?" All of a sudden, I guess. Yeah, they don't really explain why BloodRayne is attached to the family. She just kind of is.
Mm-hmm. She's just kind of like, yeah, she just kind of like joins, and then she's like, man, probably something like, I didn't have really a family of my own that was sane, so I want to connect to a family. And then Dom Toretto again pulls up, and he's like, you got it right, kid.
He's like,
It's
"Here's
all
the
about family."
It's about Vin Diesel shows up in a horse.
Wait, in a horse? He's inside a horse?
Yeah, because of he's like controlling the horse on the inside, like pulling its like own muscles and everything. He's in like a literally a horse, like a massive like vehicle that's just in the shape of a horse, and it moves like a horse. And then he drifts the horse, and he goes like, "You see, BloodRayne, it's about family."
Oh, man. And then, he's like, Paul, I'm sorry about everything.
But BloodRayne goes to Deliverance, which is now a cowboy town, with Billy the Kid and his group of cowboys,
Cowboys, vampires,
cowboy vampires.
who like kids a little too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but now it's more of an outlaw town, and which is great for our newsy guy, a reporter guy. He's like, "Oh wow, this is so good." Until they shot his beer glass, he's like, "No, that's my beer. I now hate you."
Why is he Mickey Mouse?
That's because that's what he sounded like in the movie. Did we watch the same movie? I don't know.
I did not really get Mickey Mouse voice out of it.
Well,
I just got.
I got the German Blu-ray, so maybe it's just maybe it's just different versions.
I don't know. I was
Honestly,
not getting
Cole,
that accent out
I
of
think
there.
you just watched like the wrong version.
I guess I did.
That's because that's just how he sounded like. He was just like, "Oh wow, gee willikers, I sure do love Walt Disney and their corporation." That's one of his lines.
Max.
He's like, "Man." That's what Billy the Kid
Max,
said to one of the
it's goofy
kids.
time.
Max, it's goofy time.
Max, it's Morbin time, Max.
I don't have sex, Max. I fuck.
Fuck.
But yeah, BloodRayne shows up, shoots some guys, and she gets arrested by the sheriff, who was turned into a vampire, and she's gonna get hanged.
Yeah, she's gonna get hung, and then she's like also starts talking to some other guy that's also in the prison cell, and they start talking, and they're like, we should have a relationship, maybe. And then they go, to just about get hung, and then once again, BloodRayne, being the girl boss she is,
She does a
just
flip.
flips out.
That's the funny
Literally.
thing is, you have the guy, and it looks like he's gonna shoot the rope, but when BloodRayne sees it, it's like, no, I'm way too girl boss for that shit. And does a fucking backflip as the board drops, cuts the rope, and then makes her escape, hits a guy with a rope, which like defeats him.
Yeah,
And
pretty
then the
cool if I say so myself.
and the bartender's like, "Hey, BloodRayne, catch!" And then like he throws her weapons at her. BloodRayne throws a Coke at him, and he's just like, "Hey, kid, catch!" And he throws his used towel at BloodRayne. Yeah, BloodRayne kill, and then BloodRayne just jumps in the water, which she no longer, which once she doesn't get burned by because she has the Eye of Saruman. That's how it works.
Yep, the Eye of Sauron, and now she's basically immune and immortal
Exactly.
until she gets like shot or cut or anything
Or hung.
or hung.
But she makes her escape, and then they kill the bartender guy. And then once again, the guy earlier, I guess we'll call him the bounty hunter, just to give him like a title. Bounty hunter
The
shows
bounty
up
hunter?
to BloodRayne, and he's just like, hey. BloodRayne's like, we need to form an elite team of people to take down Billy the Kid and all his vampire cronies. Which, honestly, is usually a trope I like when they're like, we're getting the band back together, where they just get a bunch of people together to do a thing. But it happened so quickly, though.
I kind of honestly forgot that they were just like, yeah, we're getting everybody together, and then you're like, oh, now they're fighting.
Yeah, it's really quick. Like they kind of they fumble it because they just go to like the church guy who we haven't been introduced to, and it's like, oh hey yo, you're wanted. You need to help us kill the vampires. He's like, yeah, sure, okay. And then they went to like another guy, which I don't even remember if he was in the movie or not. He was just like, yo, hey, it's me, BloodRayne. I'm hot. Haha. Oh, by the way, I'm going to shoot you in the face if you don't help us out. And he's like, okay. And then they got their crew, and they take the fight straight to Billy the Kid. Kind of, except BloodRayne goes straight to Billy the Kid, but he's designed a freaking saw trap between the times that they were forming BloodRayne was forming her crew. And, like, it's like a rope pulley thing, and if it will hang all the kids that he has, except unless BloodRayne holds the rope, with the exception of like one kid who is like, I guess is just forced to die, I guess. It's complicated. Cole, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a little deep in thought.
Deep in thought about all those kids.
Yep, about all those kids and making sure they were safe. Because
well, except for that one kid that died.
Yeah, which was the best part.
Yeah, they actually killed a kid, so that means this movie's good.
So bonus points.
This film killed a kid, therefore it is based.
Therefore, it is the best movie we've talked about.
Oh wait, no, that's not true. Beware Children at Play.
Oh,
that one trumps
second best.
Yeah, that it can be take the second best. It can't.
Right,
because Children at Play killed all the kids.
It basically, it was just child slaughter at the end.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the best. Definitely one of the best climax we had out of all these movies.
The best all around.
No one's ever gonna let us down.
Never again.
Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, as BloodRayne's trying to hold up these kids, her entire basically half the posse gets killed because they go into a bar and he's like, okay, raise your hands and we have a minigun and we're going to shoot you with it. And they kill one guy. And then
they really loved using that minigun because there was so many points you just saw the slow-mo of the guy, like, because obviously since this was the 1880s, they had like a crank to turn it, like, and they would slow-mo it just to
really show how epic it is.
Because it was like the newest thing, and they're like, holy shit, we can mow down people with this thing.
Yo, bro, we spent like $100 on this. We have to fucking use it, okay?
We got to use it.
We need to validate our reason.
Show them how threatening it is.
We need to use it so we can put it down on our Wild West taxes as a business expense.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, we can talk about the funny scene with the news guys, like, they're all hiding in the saloon. He's like, you guys are a bunch of dumb, whiny baby cowards. We need to go out there and fight. So him and the mayor go out, and the mayor just shoots the gun once, and the mayor gets killed, and then the news guy instantly retreats back into the fucking saloon. He's like, guys, please help me. Actually, I'm very scared. Ooh, oh, whoa. No, sorry, I mean...
Ooh.
Sorry, I mean... Oh, guys, I'm too scared. I need your help. Oh. Sorry, I did the wrong voice there. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, you got it back.
Yeah. But then they successfully kill all the vampires, and BloodRayne does her cool flip again to cut the rope so the kids can come down. She doesn't cut like the rope that's holding up the massive fucking weight. No. She cuts down all the ropes of all the children.
Because she loves the kids.
She loves kids. Not as much as Billy the Kid did, though.
Or Cool Cat,
Or
honestly,
Cool
yeah.
Cat. Yeah,
But
she's like, she can get the bronze. She get the
yeah,
bronze
she'll
medal
get the
for it.
bronze medal of the three.
Definitely did better than all the townsfolks in Beware Children at Play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they start fighting, and then BloodRayne successfully defeats Billy the Kid. Or Billy the Kid was shot by the bounty hunter. I honestly don't remember.
I just remember Bill the Kid died. That was it.
Yeah, Billy the Kid dies, and then BloodRayne rides off into the sunset. Except not really, because it's like super fucking foggy. And then the
Yeah.
news
And then
guy
there's
is now the sheriff. He's like,
the
"Oh boy,
sheriff
I'm
of
the
the
sheriff now
town.
over the Wild West. Yeehaw!"
And there was also that one great line at the end. Life is like a penis. When it's hard, you can get screwed. When it's soft, you can't beat it.
Iconic. Slap
And you're just
that on our
like,
gravestone.
what?
That one
I
was
actually,
for the boys.
oh, that would make sense. Because I remember hearing that the first time and having to do like almost like a double take, like turn my head back and forth, like, wait, what did he just say?
But then BloodRayne goes off on her next adventure, which is the third movie. But before we
Yep.
talk about that, we gotta finish talking about BloodRayne 2 Deliverance. I was not expecting the title, the Deliverance, to be the name of the town. I thought there was gonna be like
Yeah, I
something more
thought
to that.
something more, but yeah, it was just, yeah, it's Deliverance.
What is this? What if Rain went?
Some kind of BloodRayne 2 Deliverance.
What if like Billy the Kid's like, well, it looks like we're going to be expecting BloodRayne to Deliverance. That would be epic. I would probably rank this film higher if someone did that, said that in the movie.
But alas, it didn't happen.
No, because it was too highbrow for even a genius like Uwe Boll to think of.
I know, kind of disappointing, really, when I
That's
think
why
about it.
we need to make a fourth BloodRayne film. We're gonna get an Indiegogo going. We're gonna get Uwe Boll into this. We're gonna make a BloodRayne 4, and it'll be like BloodRayne 4, BloodRayne for Vengeance, and we'll bring Ben Kingsley back. Like we'll bring a descendant of Ben Kingsley. No, we'll bring Ben Kingsley. He's the descendant of the antagonist of the first movie, and then we can have him say, "It looks like BloodRayne's for vengeance," and then we do the title drop. That's what we'll do.
And then you'll just hear the entire theater scream and roar in applause.
Yep. And then they all leave because there's nothing left to be seen at that point.
No, they'll just go back to see Morbius 2 for the 15th time.
Yep. Also
Week.
funded by us.
Mm-hmm.
We're funding all of them.
Morbius
movies.
2, it's Morbin time.
Yep. But BloodRayne, anything left for BloodRayne 2 Deliverance?
BloodRayne 2, other than it's just like kind of boring. I mean, there was also that one, I just looked at my notes again. There was that one funny part where she like slashes a guy's throat into a V, and I'm like, Voro.
Nope, that joke
It's
is
the Legend of Voro.
that joke is that's too highbrow for me, Cole. Sorry.
Unbelievable.
Yep, I'm a hack fraud. I'm just awful. I'm the worst.
You've never seen A Christmas Story. You don't get my Zorro reference. Ugh, disgusting.
Well, Zorro's just a ripoff of Puss in Boots, so you know.
You are true with that. Even though Zorro came out first.
Zorro came out first, but Puss in Boots did it better, okay? That's just how it is.
Puss in Boots definitely did.
Zorro, more like Boro, cause it's boring.
Ayo.
Unlike the better movie, Pissin' Balls.
Pussy Boots. The Last Fish.
Puss in moon shoes. And he's just bouncing around on moon shoes. I've always wanted to try on moon. Yeah, moon shoes. I've never tried moon shoes. It probably wouldn't live up to the hype, but I kind of want them.
Yeah, neither did I.
Maybe that's what we do. The first thing we do when we get together, we buy ourselves a pair of moon shoes. And we can see if it lives up to like the expectation. But yeah, anything left to say about BloodRayne 2 Deliverance?
No.
Then I guess we'll move on to BloodRayne: The Third Reich, which is a really, really good title. Because it's the third movie.
Oh, I get it now.
Oh yeah, it's a thinking man's joke. But Cole, please, explain to us the plot of BloodRayne: The Third Reich.
Yes, BloodRayne the Third Reich. So obviously, we're taking place in World War II, and our titular BloodRayne, the same actress from the second movie, she fights off Nazis in World War II.
She's also entered her emo phase.
Very emo. She's got like
Black hair,
the black hair, the hat, the
the
beanie that's
the
like leather
garments.
though.
She's got the black fingernail polish on and the black
Mm-hmm.
lipstick. And she
Probably
goes,
listen to like My
"Life is
Chemical Romance
pain."
later. But yeah, she fights off the Nazis, and there's the one guy that's the one of our military officers who she also sucks off, and he turns into a vampire. And then Dr. Ice Cream Man Clint Howard was like, I'm gonna eat some ice cream, but then I'm also gonna need some vampire blood to try and turn Hitler into a vampire so he's immortal. And then BloodRayne's like, no, we do not let Hitler become immortal because that is wrong on all accounts.
But yeah, I see
And yeah.
why you wanted to talk about the BloodRayne trilogy because Clint Howard was in the third one. And I want to let you know, people, like, Cole's the biggest Clint Howard fan. Like,
I guess
every
so.
episode since Ice Cream Man, he keeps going, we got to turn this into, like, a Clint Howard podcast. And then I'm like, no, Cole, we can't do that. We're going to make it a David Ducato podcast. And then we vote on it, and we both vote separately, so they cancel each other out, and then we're stuck with a bad movie podcast. This happens, like, every time before we do an episode. It's been like unrelenting. It's crazy.
It is crazy how much I am just very into
Clint Howard.
Clint Howard.
Like ask all our guests, and they'll tell you how much like Cole talks about Clint Howard. Like I have to edit out like Cole's 30-minute like rant about how great Clint Howard is in like every episode so far.
Exactly. I mean, there's a reason why these episodes are only like an hour 20 and not, 2.5.
There's a reason why that these episodes come out every 2 weeks and not 1 week. Is because it takes so long to edit out all the Clint Howard moments in the episodes. But yeah, this is actually my biggest disappointment of the three. Mainly because there's not nearly as much action as in like the first movie or the second one.
Okay.
It's a bit like nonsense. Well, we got to sit through 10 minutes of like the train going to the concentration camp and everyone walking around before BloodRayne shows up and kills everyone at the train. And there is the funny moment. Like I don't know, why do all these have like a really goofy funny moment from behind? Like the second film has the freaking guy dropping down behind the lady after the girls go, "There's a man outside the window." And in this film, you have BloodRayne giving her whole speech to the Nazi officer as like a Nazi soldier. It just walks up behind her and like shoots her in the shoulder. That was pretty goofy. And sets up the plot because the guy got the vampire blood in him from that. And now he's a vampire.
And he's a vampire, and they're like, oh, we can use this new power to our advantage because we're evil Nazis.
They're just like, we can use this in the war effort, and we can turn Hitler into a vampire. It's basically Puppet Master 3, pretty much.
I don't really have much to say about Puppet Master 3.
Yeah, Puppet Master 3
basically
is just, we have to reanimate the corpses to help in the war effort. Oh, hey, this guy knows how to do that. Maybe we can get him to do it for us by force. Pretty much the same plot. Except, Puppet Master 3 is, like, good, so...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you love this movie. Once again, for Clint Howard.
I thought it was... Well, yes, obviously, besides, Clint Howard and his...
Clint Howard was
masterful,
snubbed.
Oscar-worthy role.
Yeah,
here.
that he was snubbed because they didn't nominate him.
I know, it's like, how do you snub... That's like, that was like up there with, Toni Collette getting snubbed for Hereditary... Or Florence Pugh for Midsummer.
Or literally any good horror movie getting snubbed at the Oscars.
Yeah. Any good horror movie that wasn't Get Out.
Or, like, Parasite, I guess. I mean, Parasite's not really that much of a horror movie. Not until, like, the second half, I'd say.
Yeah,
And even then,
but
it's not by much.
the lead actor definitely should have gotten a nomination, though.
Yeah.
If we're being completely honest.
But yeah, BloodRayne happens to kill Nazis at this concentration camp just in time where all the resistance members are also killing all the Nazis at the concentration camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pretty much kind of take in BloodRayne / capture her. Well, BloodRayne gets injured, heals herself, and she goes with like a resistance to help them get all the people out of the concentration camp. And then she kind of just hangs out with them for like most of the movie, because they focus a lot on what the Nazis are doing. Like they go to Clint Howard, and Clint Howard was like, "Oh, I'm just like messing around with this vampire," and he's like, "Yo, dude, don't do that. That's like gross and icky. Don't do
Yeah,
that."
vampires are gross and cringe.
Very cringe, not red based and pilled like we are, the Nazis. The resistance led by fucking
Kanye West.
Justin Long. The resistance led by Justin Long saying is like they're the Nazis parties and they stole our title because we were originally the Nazi party.
And then Adolf Hitler saw it and he's like,
And then
I can make that one word.
And then he stole it from us, and now we're getting our revenge. Now we're just the resistance.
Yep, and our logo is a walrus.
For no real reason, I don't know.
Yeah, not sure why, but
Definitely not a foreshadow of something one of my ancestors will have to deal with or anything.
No, definitely not. I just really like walruses. That's all I gotta say. I just have a deep fascination with walruses.
Yeah, this one doesn't have nearly as much action as the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Because like most of the plot is literally just BloodRayne's just like, this is what we need to do. And he's like, no, we can't. You can't do that without us. You can't, because you going alone will be suicide. And then it goes to Nazis, and they're just like, yeah, yo, vampires, yeah, baby, let's go. This is gonna be the new hip thing. And that's really it. Just like back and forth with that. And then BloodRayne gets like and then BloodRayne and the Resistance guy and Justin Long gets captured, and they kill off like a good majority of the Resistance later, and then they get like transported, but then they get ambushed by the remaining of the Resistance, and then they shoot Clint Howard. Rip Clint Howard,
Clint
ever
Howard.
Such a perfect actor, literally allowed him to get shot and killed for the role because he's committed.
Exactly. But if it was his brother directing this, he would have kept him alive. So
yeah, well, he's not a true visionary, because Clint Howard, in Ice Cream Man, he killed all those people in real life, as he does because he's such a good actor.
And his just best line, just saying, "You're ice cream."
Yep, his titular catchphrase. He says it in this movie. When he kills,
does.
Right when he's about to kill the vampire they have captured, he goes, "Your ice cream," and then he fucking stamps a stake in her heart.
Yeah, because he's like full-time Nazi doctor by day and part-time ice cream man by night.
Exactly, especially because it's winter time. It's like the perfect time to deliver ice cream.
Oh, exactly.
Because
when he has like the eyeballs and like the severed tongues and ears in his ice cream, that's usually from all the vampires and resistance people he kills.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Well, no, he doesn't kill them. That's just the buys he gets.
Like, gotcha.
Yeah, but
sorry, I got my information mixed up.
That's fine, But then after that, it just cuts this scene to this Nazi camp. And then there's this truck here. It's like, well, open it. And then they all jump, the Resistance and BloodRayne jump out. And you think, oh boy, this is it. This is going to be our big climactic fight. And then the credits roll.
Oh, yeah. Guten Tag, motherfuckers.
And then that's the end of the movie. And I was like, what? That's not the end.
I was a little like, wait, what?
I looked away at the time. I checked my phone because I just the truck opened up, and then I looked at my phone for a brief.
Phone.
On my fucking phone.
Get real.
Yeah. Then I looked down my phone, and I looked up, and this credits like, what the fuck? Did my Blu-ray skip or something?
Nope.
But that's just how it is. That's how it ended up happening. I don't really know what to say because BloodRayne's kind of not really in this movie. She just kind of hangs out the resistance plates and moans and groans and everything, and bees all that emo and goth and emo and sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think she also like makes out with a woman at one point or eats her out, I think.
No, yeah, something like that in
What
like a bathhouse. And then like the other lady's there, but she's like giving the Nazis information about BloodRayne, but she just like walks away while they like, have their sexy time, and it's like, wait, what?
it's
I was very
weird.
confused going, this is not even like it just like turns into softcore porn, but it's not like, I don't want to whack off to this though.
You're like,
So it's
well,
just kind of blah.
you're like, I don't want this. I want hunky boys in their underwear being chased by giant
Mm-hmm.
killer bees.
Nothing will ever beat that.
Nope, we've already peaked on the smutty cinema. Or have we? But what else is there to say about, BloodRayne 3, The Third Reich? It's just kind of a letdown.
But
Which
she
is
kills Nazis, so it's good.
yeah, but like that, who hasn't killed Nazis at this point? Like I kind of want to hear your
Mm,
perspective because you have this at like a 3 out of 10, which is more than the
I
first two, and I kind
did.
of want to know
It's one
more. Like,
point.
was it just because the last film you saw with killing Nazis was Sisu, and this was like, and anything's better than Sisu, so.
Well, no, last movie I saw with Nazis was Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, I mean like in era.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
That isn't. That's the
It wasn't even
Fourth
like the
Reich.
Sisu.
We're in
It
the
wasn't
Third
even.
Reich.
Mm. Yeah, not even like the Sisu comparison, but I honestly, at times, for some reason, when it was like the filler and plot parts, I kind of found the movie a little more goofy. I think it did better with the comedy than like what the other two tried, I guess, and it was just I think I just had more fun with it.
I
I
get
kind of always like that World War II setting usually, so that might have also been it.
that's fair. I don't know. I think the charm I had, like with the first movie, that's like really dumb action, and I really enjoyed that. And second one didn't
Mm-hmm.
have as much of it, and this one has like the least amount of the action, which is what I was getting out the most out of this franchise. So maybe that's kind of why it wasn't much. As much as I enjoy Clint Howard, he was definitely a delight. But Clint Howard can only save a movie so much for me.
True.
Like
Clint
to
Howard can do only so much. Like before, his back gives out from carrying the whole movie.
yeah, which happened ironically right at the moment he was shot and killed.
Yep, that was an actual bullet they used
Yeah, they
to
shot him.
shoot
He
him.
didn't fall over because of the bullet. That was just the point of his back giving out of carrying the
Yep,
whole movie. That when he collapsed.
yep. And they wanted Alec Baldwin, to shoot him, but then Alec Baldwin's like, no, I don't kill people, actually. I just shoot blanks at people on movie sets. What is this accusations about me killing someone on a set? That's bullshit.
Actually,
I've never done this or ever will do it.
Alec Baldwin is like, what? No, I don't kill people. I've never killed someone with a gun before. It was gun. If there was lack of gun control that killed that person. But yes, BloodRayne 3, The Third Reich. What else is there to say? Nazis are
Mm,
bad.
Nazis are bad. Kanye's a Nazi.
Kanye's part of the Nazi party because he loves Hitler. But I don't know anything you have left to add about BloodRayne 3, the third Reich? No.
Not really, no.
All right, then take it away, Cole. It's your episode after all. Don't let me hog all the
Yeah.
talking points.
Okay, stop talking then.
No.
Okay. But yes, now do you want to rank the trilogy this time? Because I know we can't pick I totally forget sometimes with trilogies. Well, what is the best one then out of the three?
Well,
But I think we know where it's going.
for me, it's BloodRayne 1 because that has like the most action in it, which is what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving it to that.
I'm giving it to the Third Reich.
Oh,
BloodRayne
you're
3,
just giving
the
it to
Third Reich.
Hitler. You're letting Hitler win.
I'm letting Clint Howard win.
Okay, that's fair enough, I guess. I guess if we were to rank it, it would just be 1, 2, 3. One's the
Yeah.
best, second, and then the third. That's how it would go for me.
I'm 3-1-2.
I guess, well, why 3, 1, 2 for you? Like, for me, it's because I like the action. I think the amount of action decreases between each sequel.
But yes, I definitely agree with that. Like the action definitely is less in 3, but I think it's more goofy in 3, which I like more. But BloodRayne 1 was the most like entertainingly also I meant just entertaining and just fun action wise. It actually keeps you
Engaged.
interested. And then the second one was just kind of blah.
Kind of mid, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess there's no real winner because we've took two different movies. So,
Yeah.
it's been a while. This is our first time we've ever disagreed on which film was the best in a
Of a
trilogy.
trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, I like action. You like Clint Howard. It's just, it just wasn't meant to be this time around.
Yep. Sadly not. And now we're on to questions.
All right. So we have actually four questions this time around.
Oh,
And because I don't have to go to the
we're
movies in
cool
like 30
now.
minutes, that means we can actually spend time to actually answer them.
Cool.
So our first one is from Mattias. We have two questions from him, but we'll only do we'll do a sandwich here. And Mattias will be our bread, which is our first question from Mattias is what's a movie that as a character is so annoying that it drags everything down?
Hmm.
Well, I'll throw you a bone. You could probably just say Tusk, 'cause I know you hate Justin Long's character in it.
Just okay, yeah. Justin Long, as bad as that movie is, his well, okay, not even just Justin Long, Johnny Depp in that movie too, really drags that movie down. Like when he hops onto screen with that fake ass French accent, French Canadian accent, talking about this story of Howard Howe when he's like eating like an American at this whatever fast food place they're talking at, and they go to this weird flashback. You're just like, how could this get any worse? And it somehow got worse. And Johnny Depp, of all people, humanitarian Johnny Depp, just ruined this movie. Hopefully, his daughter will be in a very good show with The Weeknd in less than a decade.
We'll see. Here, let me see.
We'll see.
Here, let me look through the recommendations of the past so I can choose one. Try to think one that we haven't talked about for the podcast yet.
Yeah, I know, because another one I also had in mind, which honestly doesn't bother me as much, but the main girl from Temple of Doom in Indiana Jones, there's sometimes she can get like a little
I think that's the point, though.
annoying. But I guess, yeah, that's why I say I don't it doesn't bother me too much because I get like what her point is usually. Because like the first time I remember seeing it, yeah, it kind of got to me. But like rewatching them, I was like, okay, it's not the worst. I can see why people are like that, but
You know a character that we've discussed about before? Um, Lee from the Kissing Booth trilogy. How much I fucking hated him. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He really is just the absolute worst character in that whole out of the three main leads.
Yeah.
Lee's a terrible friend in the first movie, then he's a terrible boyfriend in the second movie, and then the third film, I just hate him in general. He's awful in all of them. Like, if those films didn't have Tuppen in it, I don't know how I would have possibly gone through them all.
I don't know.
Now I gotta think of a movie that,
Oh, I just remembered one from when we talked about on the podcast also. Just looking at the list. Well, at Evan Hansen from Dear Evan Hansen.
yeah, he was awful. Don't forget Carrot Top from Chairman of the Board.
Carrot Top, but also Adam Sandler in That's My Boy.
What were you talking about? He's clearly the best character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, Scooby-Doo. It's your
Scooby-Doo.
me, Donnie Burger. I fucked my teacher when I was 13.
Is that so cool?
I'm so cool.
I'm gonna go through the list. Come on, give me a movie. Throw me a freaking bone here. We got about like 5 minutes, so if you want to like take a Clint Howard break.
A Clint Howard jerk-off sesh.
Yeah. Well, actually, I know there's one character that kind of dragged down the movie for me. Was I don't remember her name, but she's like a titular character.
I can't help you with that if I don't.
Okay, the main girl from Saw X, bowl cut girl.
Amanda.
Amanda. I knew it started with an A, but like Amanda, I think really dragged down the film for me overall. Like she was like my least favorite part. It should have been Hoffman. Should have
That
been
hair,
Hoffman.
I could not. She looked like Justin Bieber baby 2010 bowl haircut almost with
That
that.
fucking
I
whose
get it
idea
was
is it?
like I get it was supposed to be her haircut from Saw 2, but did they like kind of forget what it looked like in Saw 2? It wasn't that much of a bowl cut. It
It was
was
way more
kind of
messy.
more, yeah, it was a lot more messy. It was a little bushy.
I don't know. Maybe because she's not in the game, it looks cleaner. It looks more stylized, I guess.
Maybe.
Like the whole point looks disheveled is so she can like match the look of everyone in there.
Yeah.
That's my
That
theory.
might have that
That's
could have been
my
it.
film theory
A
anyway.
game theory.
I want to move on to our next question. It's from Robert, which is favorite movie or show to watch around Halloween.
I mean, this is gonna sound very based, but the original Halloween.
Yeah, I mean that's like fair. That's a little obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, Halloween's clearly a good one. Halloween Puppy, you should watch that around Halloween. Just
Of
any
course.
movie with Halloween in its title is guaranteed to be good around Halloween. So
Halloween
Halloween
Town.
Town,
All the other Halloween
the
movies.
Spirit Halloween movie.
mm,
I think probably like something like spooky, like themed, like just any horror franchise is like a good thing just to do, just to watch through. Like all the
oh,
Saw movies is great,
definitely.
is like a great time to watch because like the Saw films used to be released on Halloween like every year, so those films are probably like synonymous with it. So you can just do it with that.
True. And I'm also going through the Texas Chainsaw movies right now.
I was currently
The
going through
entire franchise.
the Puppet Master movies right now. I kind of need to catch up on the rest of them.
Yeah,
I've slowed
I
down
have
recently.
4 Texas Chainsaws to go, so I gotta finish. I'm probably gonna finish those up by the weekend.
Okay,
I
well,
got the sequel to the remake, um, Texas Chainsaw 3D, the Leatherface spin-off, and then the one from last year where they got the great line, "Try anything or cancel, bro."
yeah, I saw. I didn't really like that one.
I remember it being bad, but like super funny.
I remember it differently, but maybe it'll be recommended. We can talk about it.
Maybe,
Maybe. I
but I
For the
mean,
Puppet Master movies, I have to watch Legacy, Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys, Axis of
oh,
Evil, the whole Axis trilogy. So that's just 3 movies there. Then I had to watch the remake that's in 4K. Then I need to watch Blade, the Blade spinoff, and then I have to watch the Doctor Death spinoff. And then I got like 3 random Puppet Master clip show movies that exist as well that I need to watch. And then apparently there's a Leech Woman spin-off movie coming out soon too. So if
jeez.
I might have to watch that too after all that as well. So I got like well over like a fuck ton of movies to go. And then after that, I'm gonna have to watch all the demonic toy movies and like connect all the full moon cinematic universe that's happening.
Exactly.
I have my work cut out for me. But a show you can watch around Halloween, while I hold this more synonymously for like New Year's, but the Twilight Zone, the original series,
Oh,
th-
that's a good one.
that's a good one. I'm used to watching those around New Year's because that's usually when they play all of them on like the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know if they're still doing that, but I know they used to. But that's like a really good franchise. Even if not every single one of them is scary, they're all really good. Like sci-fi, scary, boo ha ha.
I mean, I guess also for horror, you could also say Goosebumps.
Yeah, like if you want something a little more like not too scary,
Yeah, not too scary, but like,
you want like the
not too
feel.
babyish. Like it does a good mix of both. Where it can be for babies, but like for adults as well. Where they're like not bored out of their minds watching baby stuff.
And then you can also point, oh hey, that child actor is so and so, which has been all these other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Technically Ryan Gosling was in a Goosebumps episode.
He's literally me.
He's literally you as a child.
Oh my god, so cool.
So very epic. If you haven't seen that episode, you're a fake Ryan Gosling fan.
I mean, then you can also say like any like TV shows Halloween special episodes. So
Yeah.
like not even, shows that are horror related, but
While you're at it, just
they
watch
have their
a
Halloween.
random ass fucking like slasher from the 80s, like literally anyone would do. Like just look up Linnea Quigley horror and like grab something from her catalog in the 80s, and then you're solid.
Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
Yeah, naturally. If you're not watching that every Halloween, you suck, and you should feel ashamed. I'm not telling. That's just how it works. That's the rules. I'm not being mean. That's just the rules. That's just how it works.
I mean, how else is he gonna tell you how to, to not get killed by zombies,
Exactly.
It's just real, it's just the best cinema.
But let's move on to our next question from Jules. Favorite non-jerk offable movie. Also, he spelled favorite with like a U, like a fucking heathen.
Like a fucking Brit.
Disgusting. Yeah, like a freaking Brit. Ugh, gross.
I
Do you want
just
some
threw up in my
tea
mouth.
and crumpets with that, you, Jules?
Do you also wanna put your hot dogs in sandwich buns, sandwich bread?
Disgusting.
Ugh.
Like, this Jules depravity knows no bounds. Also, answer your question, Jules. It's impossible. There is no movie that you can't jerk off to. It's impossible.
So you're saying it's possible to jerk off to Dear Zachary?
Yeah, but you gotta be depraved for that one. I guess a better question is, what's the movie you would... I don't know. Like, how do you answer this? This is like the most meme question. Like, it deserves a meme response.
I mean, there's obviously a reason I know why he asked it.
Yeah, I think it's your fault, isn't it?
Because him, Rohan, and we were in a voice chat last night after Timmy Matthias and I watched Safe, and then we were talking about movies that because Rohan saw some Reddit thread on either like Criterion or Letterboxd about how what movies have you jerked off to, and then Jules was like, yeah, we got to make a list of movies that no one's ever jerked off to.
I can guarantee you that every film on that list Jules has jerked off to. He's just that kind of guy, I bet. You've seen how he eats hot dogs.
Well, you're not wrong there.
I guess if I have to pick a movie that I enjoy that I would have not jerked off to, let's see. Well, I can't say a David Takata movie. That's impossible. Let me just look at my Criterion shelf.
David Ducato, more like David.
Don't
to make my cock throb.
Okay,
with
fine.
his great movies.
You're on thin ice there, buddy. Here, let me just pick a random movie that's like right next to me.
I might look as well.
My favorite non-jerk-offable movie is Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell.
What?
The Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell.
The fuck is that?
Here, I'll read the back for you. Alternatively known as the Japanese Evil Dead, this legendary independent Japanese cult film by director Shinichi Fukazawa is now available for the first time. Okay, that's just bragging how they have it on Blu-ray.
I'm gonna watch list
Let
it.
me get to the synopsis here. Trapped inside a haunted house, a bodybuilder must survive a blood-soaked night of insanity to save himself and his friends from a demonic ghost that is hell-bent on revenge, culminating in a show-stopping, truly bizarre gore effects bonanza that is often compared to Sam Raimi Evil Dead classics which inspired it.
Interesting. And my non-jerk-offable movie, this also might sound a bit based, and you're probably wondering why, but because it's a 420 award and I respect it so much, The Big Lebowski.
Is Clint Howard in it?
No.
So that's why you can't jerk off to it.
Exactly. It's because if Clint Howard's in a movie, I get too hard, and I'm just like, I gotta spank the meat mallet, right? I gotta choke my meat mallet right now.
For Howard. It's what he would have wanted.
I'm gonna start sending him fan mail.
Yeah, you do it. You go, girl. Anyway, there you go, Jules. I hope you're happy, you sicko.
You pervert.
You perverted sicko. Anyway, our final question is from Mattias. Favorite physical media brand, like Criterion, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, etc. I mean, I enjoy Criterion for, the more artsy-fartsy stuff they put out. which, naturally has featured the work of David Ducato, naturally.
I'm just waiting for when they get Neil Breen on there.
It's coming. It better happen.
It better.
Just so it's more easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, then my value of my Fateful Findings Blu-ray will plummet.
That is true.
I guess I buy from Vinegar Syndrome the most simply because they just released the weirdest shit.
I mean, especially after you sent me that gift card or like that $5 off, there is some interesting things that are on there. I mean, I finally got my Beware Children at Play from there.
Yep, so now you can see all the child murder in 1080p.
Exactly. Because everyone loves child murder in 1080p. Just wait until you see it in 4K. So
yeah, very high for when that comes. Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome got cool. Arrow's got some cool stuff because they both release garbage and art house crap. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm very proud to say I have an Arrow Blu-ray of both Southland Tales and 12 Monkeys.
Nice. But just to give a shout out to a recent contender, Visual Vengeance. If you love weird random garbage that's coming out on Blu-ray, Visual Vengeance, they did Suburban Sasquatch. Yeah, that the Blu-ray sent you, that's Visual Vengeance.
Yep.
They did Bodybuilder in Hell, Japanese Bodybuilder in Hell, which I just talked about.
Yeah.
They did Liking. They've released a number of stuff recently that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
So
that's fun.
Yeah, and I have a couple. I bought a couple of them actually. Other of the releases that I plan to recommend at some point. So look forward to that.
Cool. I also just took a look also at my Blu-rays, and I forgot I also had an Arrow Blu-ray of Lake Michigan Monster.
I do as well.
Fun.
There's also Shout Factory's got some good stuff. They're releasing some pretty cool things on 4K that I picked up. There's a lot of really neat physical media brands. I guess if I had to choose one, let's change the question. Let's say you could only buy from one media brand, physical media brand from now on. What would it be?
Ooh.
I think I would have to choose Vinegar Syndrome just because that's the one that's most likely gonna get more David Ducato films on Blu-ray. Even if technically Criterion does have a specific work of David Ducato on their collection that you can buy right now.
What is it?
It's technically this is a loophole one, but
oh no,
technically there is a film on Criterion called Dim Sum, A Little Bit of Heart, which David Ducato has a credit in as the sound guy.
Oh,
so technically David Ducato is featured on the Criterion channel, and all those little fuckos in the film club, they're making fun of him, or really just little haters because they can't stand the pure success that he has. So yeah, there you go. Especially Mattias. I see you. Fucking shitting all over him. Also, Luca shitting on David Ducato in your freaking question on that podcast when you've only seen one movie of his. Freaking this is a call-out post, Luca.
Recommended a dinosaur movie on her own podcast, even though she loves dinosaurs.
But yeah, that's my pick, Vinegar Syndrome. What about you?
I think I'd have to go Criterion. I'm gonna sound very based film bro right now.
More like film snob.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, I only watch high art.
I watched high art. I mean, I think I got some pretty good ones from that recent flash sale.
I didn't get any. I had no money for it.
Broke ass.
Yeah. I only get paid once every 2 weeks, so cut me some slack.
Oh, no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, because usually, especially when it's flash sales, I usually try to get one that I've seen, one or two I've seen, just to be okay, now I own them. One that I hear about that's good, and then I'm okay, I gotta get this, try it out. And then one that I haven't seen, but I've heard, but I'm it's a wild card pick. And I mean, this time around, I got Cure because we have it recommended for Film Club.
Yeah.
4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days.
Yep, that one's really good.
That one was really good. Diabolique,
That one's also really, really, really good.
And I know it was on HBO. It's on HBO Max, but I'm like, I want to own a physical copy because
Because they might take it
physical media is
down.
supreme. Yeah. And
Everyone
then
loves streaming until the thing they love is gone forever.
yep. Yeah. And then my wild card pick this time around was a Marcord from Federico Fellini.
Yeah, I saw that one. That one was all right. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I know other people probably got more out
I,
of it than
I,
me.
I kind of like the post. I like the
The
box
art,
art on it. So I
yeah,
was
it's pretty
like,
good.
it looks pretty good.
Hashtag
Hopefully it's really
iconic.
good.
Yeah, I hope you get more out of it than I did. Even I think I gave it like what, a 7? That's not even that bad of a score.
A 7, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess with all the questions answered, we now go to recommendations. And Cole, even though this is your episode, you also have to do the retro pick, so I'm just gonna kind of hijack that a
Yeah.
bit and throw it to you, baby. Number 69.
Nice.
You're lucky because originally I was planning to, when Cole recommends a trilogy, I would recommend a trilogy like right afterwards. But you sounded so hyped to be 69. You're getting the 69th
Well,
recommendation. I didn't
yeah,
want to steal that from
because
you.
it's my second favorite number.
Yep. Second favorite number, right behind 70.
Exactly. Actually, 68.
I'll guess right next time.
Okay.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
the movie this time around. So, you know, earlier in the week when you were sharing that one video of the worst picture Razzie winners
yep,
that
I
you sent to
remember.
me? Yeah. So then I decided to look at those again and see if there was like, any sexy erotic movies,
Mm-hmm.
which there are still from the 90s. And I mean, because that's what I was gonna go. Because I was gonna go something Bo or John Derek, but then I was like, this looks interesting. It's with starring Bruce Willis from 1994. Color of Night is what we're gonna be
I thought you were gonna do
watching one of.
striptease.
I was thinking about it, but the poster for Color of Night looks more steamy.
Okay, color of night.
And it's directed by a guy named Richard,
Richard.
but not our Richard.
Oh yeah, just Richard Rush.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Blu-ray exists of it. That's good. That's good. I can see this in 1080p as it was meant to. All right, all
Of
right.
course.
Oh wait, but it won't be delivered till November 10th.
Oh shit.
So, we're gonna might have to eBay that one.
eBay.
eBay. That's how I got the BloodRayne trilogy. Because BloodRayne 1 and
eBay.
2 don't have American Blu-ray releases.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Huh.
But I got
Interesting.
only the third one, but the cheapest way I can buy 1 and 2 was getting the third one bundled in with it, which was also the German one.
Mm-hmm.
But now I could do the modern pick. And I have a couple of, because December's coming up, and I have
Yep.
I have a couple Christmas movies holiday related movies I want to talk about, but kind of with how everything's set up, I won't be able to, so I have to do one of them early. And
Okay.
and this is the one I'm going to do. We've actually talked about this person before, but not like this. So we're gonna do 2002's 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh
Yep,
yes.
starring Adam Sandler, and I'm assuming his wife, Jackie Sandler.
His animated movie.
Yep, his animated movie. I'm very intrigued by it. It's actually kind of interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Could be good. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be one of the greatest movies we've ever seen, for all we know.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, so if you don't want to be spoiled for Color of Night or 8 Crazy Nights, watch them before our next episode.
That's a perfect. It's a night theme.
It's Night Night.
Yep, nights.
Night. Color 8 Crazy
Colors of
8.
nights.
Yeah. 8 Crazy Color of Nights. So watch those before the next episode.
Like and subscribe.
Maybe leave some questions for us.
Yeah, that too.
Maybe we'll give you a free blowjob if you're willing.
Maybe we might do a raffle for you. Raffle it off. You just have to come to us.
Yeah. And you also have to send us money via either Venmo or PayPal.
Yep. But
It's
yeah,
per the contract.
yep. But you all have a good day and happy Morbius.
A happy
Happy BloodRayne.
BloodRayne to Deliverance.
Yep, happy
Happy BloodRayne Clint Howard
Clint
Third Reich.
Howard.
Happy Clint Howard Spank Bank.
Happy end to this bit. Bye bye.
Bye.